Hi, Joe Cerrone.
And Al Rosen.
Welcome to CAD 117 Intermediate AutoCAD in our weekly Zoom classroom meeting. This week we'll be covering Chapter 5 from the Technical Drawing 101, and we'll take a look at the drawings for that application. We will be doing these drawings here in Module 4. Module 4 gives us both an architectural drawing and a mechanical drawing. The architectural drawing is this guest cottage. If I click on the exercise link, this is straight from the textbook. We're basically going to go through this tutorial where we create the exterior walls, interior walls, and it's a very small house. I mean, it's like 18 feet by 15 feet, maybe. Let's see if they put the actual dimensions on the last parent. They don't. But we can kind of backtrack through it and get the actual dimensions out of it. So this exercise is geared towards floor plan drawings. We'll draw the floor plan. We'll put in the objects for the windows. And so these are just rectangles with a line through the middle. You can save them as a block and then you can insert them. Same with the doors. The doors are kind of small. I don't know if they would be ADA. You can make them bigger if you decide to make them 3 feet. That would be fine with us. As we go through the textbook, we'll find little things like that. And then they just have you go and create these other geometries, put the symbols or the balloons for each of the windows, and then that ties into the table, and then that documents the sizes of those windows. And there's also another document for the doors. So that's the first part. And then the second part is this GeoCAD construction. This is our mechanical aspect. And we'll just work from the prototype. We'll create this cam, make these lines tangent, trim, and create that cam. And then in the second one, we'll create the Geneva gear. So here's our Geneva gear. And we created with this construction process. It's fairly straightforward. Make sure you use the correct line types. Create the part. And then we'll combine those two parts on one drawing. So the finished product will look like this. We'll have the quick cam and the Geneva cam. And then here's our floor plan. This one's been taken a little bit farther. We go through this exercise throughout the course, and this student has gone in and added the dimensions as well as the other details. So, right. And so as we continue through our development of these different drawings, every week, we continue to work on different aspects. If we look at the lecture for part 1, this is basically how to use AutoCAD. And so as we go through the textbook, it's a technical drawing book, but a lot of it is just terminology, which we've had already. And so this basically just goes through with all this different terminology as far as coordinate systems, where our X and Y axis are, and then how we would go through and work with these different values within these quadrants, because everything on the drawing ties into that coordinate system. So if I were to let's pull up last week's drawing right here. This is a great example where we have our origin or our XY axis at this point right here. And then the dimensions are ordinal dimensions in the X axis going this way and in the Y axis going this way. And then we can get those positions with absolute coordinates. So for example, if we wanted to locate this circular radius, we would locate that at X 2.5, Y 0.5. And if you're running a CNC machine, numbers like that work really well because most of those machines are programmed off of a G90 or an absolute coordinate system. Switching back to the main splash page, the other lecture just continues to go through more of the AutoCAD. So the videos are what we recommend. If you look at the Lab A 4A video, we'll walk you through the construction techniques. So we'll do the Geneva cam in this video. And then if we come back to the main splash page, We can look at 4B. And so here's the second part where we do the Geneva cam and the construction techniques for that. I like to watch them on video. Typically, I'll set up 2 monitors. I'll have the textbook and I'll have the video, and then it's quicker to be able to comprehend the design techniques on video, in my opinion. And here's lab 4C. And on this lab, we go through and we do the architectural drawing. We lay out the floor plan. This video is 31 minutes, so it goes in depth. And you can just kind of fast forward through the parts that you understand, and then add the other components like how to add text or how to set up your dimension styles. Alrighty, back to the main splash page. That's our Zoom meeting for this week. Remember, keep an eye on the outline of topics, and we will be online next week to go through Module 5. With that, I'm going to end this meeting and open things up for questions.